Dobro Jutro, Divine Pisces 222. It is Friday, January 3rd, 2020. First off, I want to thank Desi for the Mystic Monday Tarot. I received it yesterday. Thank you so much. These are so cute. I love these. I've been eyeing them for a while. They're so different. I really like different tarot decks, so I really appreciate that. And I'll definitely be able to bless them soon and use them. Also, I just want to note, don't come at me with judgment. I don't appreciate it, and I don't have the time to really deal with it. Those of you who watched my video yesterday, yes, my daughter was crying. She was fighting sleep. Okay, she does it every day when I put her down for a nap. She usually fights the sleep. She hates to sleep. She feels like she's going to miss something. I know because I used to do it when I was a kid. There's nothing wrong with her. She was perfectly fine. She was contained. She was fed. She was dry. She was fine. Okay, so just don't come at me with that crap. Okay, I'm not in the mood for it. All right, leave your judgments at home, please. And the rest of you, who were supportive, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. No, there's no need for that. Leave it at home. All right. Okay, so let's take a look and see what's going on with the twin flames today. Yeah, okay. So a lot of twins are really turning to their intuition right now. I do feel that. I feel that a lot of things are being illuminated externally, whether in karmic situations, other external situations, and it's like making them kind of doubt the people around them, making them doubt the advice around them, just basically doubt the external things that are going on. So what they're doing is they're going within and learning to trust their intuition more because they're understanding that is the true advice, right? Is learning to trust yourself and learning to trust your intuition and your spirit team, because we're all being guided. Whether you've met your spirit team or not, you are being guided. And if you have not met your spirit team, if they have not manifested to you, I definitely recommend doing some meditations on that. There are a lot of meditations on YouTube that you can do for free that will help you connect to your spirit team. That's how I ended up connecting with mine. Okay. So I definitely recommend some of you to do that and check that out. I definitely feel, again, a lot of twins are seeing the light right now, just in general. They're like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I did feel some very dark night of the soul energies here for the last, it's like off and on for the last couple of months. But I do feel a lot of twins are kind of coming out of that. They're recognizing they don't want to be in that dark place anymore, so they're making the decision to turn it positive, and that's a really good thing. And when that happens, when you turn it positive, you start seeing other things in a positive light. Even some of the things that are coming into light, maybe like, you learned something about somebody, maybe you learned something about your karmic or something like that was brought to light. You're starting to see it as almost an opportunity or a gift, so that you can move forward. Even if maybe it was something that you did, that your karmic found out you did, that you were hiding, okay? But it's like you're seeing that, okay, well, this is an opportunity for me to either make things right or walk away or what have you. So I do feel a lot of twins are seeing these opportunities so they can unbind themselves from situations that they no longer want to be in, specifically third-party situations. Now keep in mind, again, a third party does not have to be a person, okay? It could be a job, it could be an addiction, whatever. So keep that in mind. So a lot of twins, again, I'm feeling movement. I'm feeling a need to unburden themselves, a need to free themselves. Like this freedom, this need for freedom is coming in very, very strong. I'm feeling like maybe twins are being, very, very anxious about things, just wanting to move. Because, going through awakenings and stuff like that, especially divine masculine. A lot of divine masculines are going through awakenings. They're coming out of awakenings. They know who they are. They're understanding who they are. And they're releasing the fight. They're basically realizing they cannot fight the connection anymore. They cannot fight who they are. It's just too darn strong, right? So, and I do feel that a lot of divine masculines have, been fighting it so much that they're tired. They're just weary. They're soul weary of fighting it. So it's like they're doing dual fight. They're fighting the connection, but they're also fighting whatever situation that they're in too. So it's like they're fighting both, and they're just drained. They're tired. And they're starting to understand that the connection is not what's draining them. It's not the connection that's draining them. Okay? It's the external situations. It's the constantly feeling in darkness, or feeling like they can't be who they are. Right? Yeah. It's happening for you, not to you. So, you know, a lot of divine masculines, especially coming out of this victim mentality, okay? A lot of them were angry. Angry with the connection because it completely threw them for a loop. It completely highlighted everything in their life that was a lie. Okay? And that's scary. I'm not going to lie. Like, it happened to me when I went through Dark Night of the Soul. It was like everything in my life was a complete lie. Everything I've ever told myself, everything that everybody ever told me was a lie. A complete and total lie. And that's hard to come to terms with, okay? But I do feel, again, you know, a lot of divine masculines waking up to the fact that it's actually a blessing. It's actually a gift. It's actually something that is going to help them break free of the crap they've been dealing with, the low vibrational crap, right? And they're being called to step up. Divine feminine too. So there's a lot of divine feminines that also have probably been in an energy where they were angry with their twin. They were angry with the connection. They didn't want to do it anymore. It's hard. They feel like it's just draining them. But in reality, the connection itself is not draining you. Okay, it's the energies that you're embodying that's draining you. So like the negative energies, the anger, the fear, the doubt coming in, that drains you. Okay, so a lot of twins, again, being called to step up right now, especially, you know, divine masculine at this point. The universe is calling them to step up and step into their power and realize that they themselves have the power to move forward. Okay, and to stop blaming everybody else. Okay, all right, let's take a look at divine masculine. Okay, so yeah, divine masculine still kind of in their heads about the connection. And I don't feel it's necessarily negative at this point. It's almost like this is their happy place. This is where they go. But they know they need to make a decision in it, and they're just feeling stuck there. So, but I do feel the connections are 5D wise very, very strong. They have been for a while. It's been building. And even if you aren't in communication in the 3D with your counterpart, you're constantly communicating with them in the 5D, and they are reaching out to you. You know, I feel like what's happening here is like, it's almost like divine masculine is reaching out to divine feminine to let her know that everything is fine. Everything is fine. That they're figuring it out. They're working on themselves. And just to hold space. Now, holding space does not mean you sit around and wait. Don't do that. Okay, get on with your life. Do what you need to do. Go out, have fun if you need to. Okay, but just holding space basically means, you know, that you are keeping that space open for your counterpart, for when they need to reach out to you, or when they do come back in, and when they do finally recognize their healing. Now, I've always said this, you know, that not every set of twins is meant to be in 3D union in this particular lifetime, okay? It's just, it's not every set of twins, okay, agrees to that, okay? So just keep that in mind and come to terms with that, okay? That may be you, okay? Maybe me, right? We don't know. So that's the point. So the point is to release expectations of the connection itself. The real reason for why we're here is to learn self-love and to ascend and to help the earth ascend. That's the point. Okay, the point is not always 3D union. All right, so come to terms with that, release that, and accept it. Okay, that's what you need to do. But yeah, a lot of divine masculines are actually recognizing their truth right now, but they're still kind of in this manipulative energy. I do feel a lot of deception still coming in with divine masculine, especially in the 3D, okay? And it could be why they're reaching out in the 5D, just to let you know 3D is an illusion. Remember that 3D is an illusion. Separation is an illusion. You're already in union. Okay? Think about it that way. You're already in union in the 5D. You will always be in union in the 5D, no matter what happens in this lifetime or subsequent lifetimes. You will always be connected. Okay? Just keep that in mind. All right. And so Divine Masculine, it's like, you know, in the 3D, whatever's happening in the 3D, it's all a process. Okay. And they have to go through what they have to go through. They have to learn the lessons they need to learn. They need to break free of whatever they need to break free from, right? Whether that's codependency. And I do feel in a lot of cases here, it's codependency, financial codependency. And that could go either way. It could be Divine Masculine is codependent on someone, or somebody else is codependent on Divine Masculine. It can also be emotional and mental as well. But I'm mostly getting financial, okay? And that's not surprising, you know, because Divine Masculine leads in the 3D. 3D is material wealth. 3D is, you know, possessions and everything. If you think about the 3D, what is the 3D to you? The material, right? Whereas Divine Feminine leads in the spiritual, or the 5D. Okay, so keep that in mind. You have to have a balance of both. So Divine Masculine, very much still at this point, still fighting ego. A lot of them very, very worried about money. Very worried about money, and they're afraid to let go of it, you know, because it's their comfort factor. It's something they've already, or they're very well established in. You know, it's something that's very, very important to them, and it's been drilled into them how important money is. Okay, so keep that in mind, all right? Divine Feminine, it's a process, okay? And it's a lesson they need to learn. Okay, so, but, I mean, because of that, I do feel, you know, towers coming in, triggers going back and forth, you know, and Divine Masculine is trying to overcome the triggers. They're not really, again, I'm not feeling so much a victim mentality at this point. I mean, a little bit, but not as much as before. I do feel that they're just recognizing the patterns. They're just recognizing the patterns right now, and that's what's triggering them. It's like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for how long? You know, and again, I'm getting like Divine Masculine is just like going over stuff in their heads. Like really stuck in their heads about past things, about patterns that they've recognized like throughout their life, that they're just like, oh my gosh, now I'm getting it, I'm understanding this. And I just, a lot of inner child stuff just coming up because of that, right? And a lot of them, you know, are still rebuilding from some of these towers. Some of them are still going through towers, and trying to level that out, trying to balance that out and build their foundation up. So, you know, Divine Masculine is, you know, codependent on someone. He's trying to balance that out so that he doesn't have to be codependent, and vice versa. If somebody's codependent on him, you know, maybe he's trying to, you know, build up his abundance so that, you know, he has, you know, the ability to do stuff for himself as well. Okay? So I definitely feel that coming in, and just, there's still some inner conflict coming in, definitely. I'm getting some mental and emotional manipulation in some of the situations that they're in, okay? And they could be manipulating themselves, could be the ego that's coming in, okay? But I am getting external stuff here. So again, if there's a third party that's actually a person or family or whatever, you know, they're being mentally manipulated, most of them. But, you know, they're not exactly guiltless in this, okay? And they're probably recognizing some of the mental manipulation that they have exerted in their situations as well, and they're trying to end that cycle too. Okay, so I mean, that being said, I mean, there is movement. There is movement with Divine Masculine, and it's like small steps, you know, it's like baby steps, which, you know, slow and steady wins the race, right? All right, so Divine Feminine, yeah, so Divine Feminine, I do feel, is been kind of, again, in this energy of doubt and fear and anxiety. And she could be picking up, you know, again, on Divine Masculine's energy, is going through the dark night of the soul, battling the ego and that sort of thing. But I do feel some of this is coming in for herself as well. So some Divine Feminines are battling fear. It could be doubt because maybe you walked away and maybe you're afraid that, you know, your counterpart hates you because of that. Just keep in mind, your counterpart can never hate you, just like you can never hate your counterpart. Truly, you can only hate yourself. So keep that in mind. And so, you know, I do feel a lot of Divine Feminine's battling this right now, and again, trying to learning again to trust their intuition. And I feel like it's kind of going back and forth with Divine Feminine. You know, she's in her intuition, then she's like in fear. She's in her intuition, she's in fear. So it's going back and forth, and she's trying to balance that out. And there is decision coming in for Divine Feminine as well right now, okay? So a lot of divine feminines are triggered to make a decision. It could be about a karmic situation. It could be about your mission. It could just be maybe there's something that has been left undone that needs to be done, and now they're recognizing they need to make that decision. They need to move forward and act according to their highest good. Okay, so again, we've got some mirroring here with the Eight of Crystals. So rebuilding, I do feel a lot of divine feminines have recently hit some towers. Okay, I know this is true for me. All right, so building that back up and building it stronger, but also working on their foundation, working on their abundance, trying to also get out of codependency as much as possible. Okay, so definitely mirroring going on here, movement happening with divine feminine as well. I feel very rapid movement happening here within the next couple of months for divine feminine. Okay, so if you're working on something, if you're progressing towards something, you're manifesting something, keep doing it. Keep your vibe high. Movement is happening. Okay, movement is happening. All right, and divine feminine doesn't want to be deceptive anymore either. Okay, and you know, I do feel, again, a lot of divine feminine's kind of coming in with regret here. Again, maybe something that you said or something that was left unsaid that you're regretting, that you aren't really quite sure how to rectify that. And so maybe, divine feminine might be in her head a little bit right now too. Okay, so ego coming in for both twins right now. Divine feminine also being deceptive in her own way. Okay, putting up those boundaries, wanting to basically do that to prevent from being hurt. Okay, so this is a constant thing I do feel with both twins. They don't want to show vulnerability. They don't want to feel like codependent or weak, right? But I definitely feel, again, rapid movement happening with divine feminine. I do feel some of you may receive communication very soon. If you're not in communication with your counterpart, you will be receiving communication, but you also could, again, be receiving communication from source. Or maybe something about your person coming from someone else or coming from source, okay? And I've stated this several times, that the universe is always going to contrive to find a way to validate divine feminine's inner knowing, okay? So if you know something's happening, maybe you don't know what it is, but you know something's happening with your divine masculine, he's being deceptive with you, the universe is going to come in and say, yeah, you're right, here it is, here's what it is, okay? I know that's happened to me several times, so I know it's true, all right? So also, do you feel that something's going to be coming in to have, again, an ending of another cycle for divine feminine, and showing her she needs to walk away from something, and maybe that you need to walk away from your twin for a while, maybe it's another karmic situation, maybe you just need to release some things in your life that no longer serve you, whether that be material, maybe some unwanted emotions, things that come up that you're not really quite sure about, So I do feel a lot of divine feminines in this energy of just wanting to release the toxic, wanting to release the negative, not wanting to deal with it anymore. Okay? So that, and this is on the bottom of the deck. So, Empress. Yes! Stand in your power, Empress. Alright. Let's get some messages here. Yep, sexual energy. So if you're feeling that anxiety, yeah, see. Some of them still in denial, though. Yeah, 5D communication, very, very strong. Okay. Let's get some messages and advice from Source. Yeah. So get out of that deceptive energy, guys. If you have something to say, say it. Whether it's to your twin, to an external party, to yourself. Maybe you're deceiving yourself about something too. Okay? In denial. Maybe you're in denial about something. Maybe you're not facing something that you need to face. Okay? So say what you mean and mean what you say. And, make sure that you're learning the lessons as they come. Don't push them away. If something's coming at you, if there's something that's very difficult, it's a lesson you need to learn. So embrace it as such and move forward, okay? How teachable are you, right? If you're not teachable, you're not learning, right? And therefore, you cannot progress, And so if you're feeling like, sadness maybe about something that's coming in, maybe a tower's hitting you really, really hard, you know, figure out why that is. Why is it making you sad? Why is it making you feel the way you feel? How can you turn that around? Is it you that you're feeling? Maybe you're feeling something from your twin, okay? And it's always mirrored, so it goes back and forth, so keep that in mind. Yeah, victim consciousness, you know, that's definitely, I feel, lifting for a lot of twins right now. I feel a lot of twins were in a victim mentality for a very, very long time, and they're coming out of that because they're realizing that they have the power to stop this. They don't have to be a victim. No one makes you a victim except you. Right? So if you're feeling like the world's against you, is it? Or are you against yourself? Okay? And to remember to have faith and move forward, okay? And stand up for yourself, all right? If you are in this victim mentality, maybe there is somebody who is manipulating you or trying to manipulate you, but are you letting them manipulate you, or are you standing your ground? Are you saying what you mean? Okay? Are you saying what you mean to this person? Okay? Or are you staying in this victim mentality? Okay? Don't let people push you around, all right? Stand up for yourself. Right? And have faith that everything is going to be fine, because it is. Everything's going to be fine. Everything that's happening is happening for a reason. And it's to make you stronger and to help you learn, right? Alright guys, well thank you so much for joining me. If this has resonated, please like, share, subscribe, and I guess I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.